don't even know anything about Reddit.
Dude, Reddit is...
It sounds like I know from what I've heard, it's a lawless place.
It absolutely is a lawless place.
You would love it.
Yeah, no, for real.
No, that ass. You talk about your bookmarks. It makes your bookmarks look like a fucking children's book.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think so. Bro, I think so.
JT.
You know that's not these aren't the only bookmarks I have, right?
JT.
Wait, your bookmarks got bookmarks?
That's just the Twitter book. That's just the Twitter bookmarks.
Bookmarks have bookmarks.
You gotta have muscles on your muscles. No, that's just,
you a freak.
That's just the Twitter bookmarks because that's the only things you can have on Twitter. Yeah, I have. Anybody else have like a Vault? One of those Vault apps on your phone?
Oh, the Vault app?
For passwords.
Yeah.
Not for disgusting content.
Oh, no.
Well, where do you keep your disgusting content, man?
That's like this.
Right?
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down. I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
So, we got some random questions for y'all.
Things that are not about sports. Let's talk about it.
Yes. This is just random everything. So I got a lot of these. Actually,
before you get into the questions,
that's a heavy one. Yeah.
Shout out to Reddit Mavericks. We just wanted to have it on camera. Yeah, JT, I know you saw it already, but Ruben says he hates you for Saturday.
Oh, tell Ruben that Nash said that KD should be back before the All-Star game, and I hope it's on Saturday. I hope it is. You better pray.
We're going to get into some miscellaneous questions now.
Yes, from our non-sports people.
Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you, loyal listeners. All right. So, G, shout out to you. I hope everything is good down in the DMV. But yeah, she asked, life/struggles post-grad. I feel like this is something we all can relate to. Who want to go first? Don't all speak at once, everybody.
Wait, so it's life
and struggles post-grad.
Our
bachelor's degree doesn't mean much.
Yeah, basically learning that a bachelor's degree isn't really as good as you know they make it seem. It's kind of humbling.
I honestly feel like I'm the only one out of the three of us really that like my bachelor's degree can mean something, but I also need other certifications.
Yeah, but I say my joint means jack shit.
Yeah, and you went right into grad school.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just tells you how much.
I say.
I will say that like. I've had a bunch of different experience post grad than you guys because like I graduated, lived in Philly, like I've obviously like just been like single too, so I think that's like another thing that's been interesting about it. No, none of these single.
Do we have to beep it out?
No.
Will somebody listening take offense to this?
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. Yeah, but I feel like, in speaking from a single point of view, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is to the three of y'all, it's like, shit, at least y'all got someone that y'all kind of like working through these life and struggles with. It's kind of like, well, I'm kind of going through this at this point, and like, whoever I'm talking to at this point kind of gotta like, yeah.
Well, you got me.
Well, thanks, John. You know what I'm saying? Of course you got your friends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the one thing you realize. It's like, oh, yeah, see, this is the problem.
Sounds like a hater over here.
Yes, indeed.
Hate.
Big hate. I'm gonna spit in Justin's mama's dish, you know what I'm saying, right after I finish with this segment. But, let me stop. But yeah, I really do think that you really do find ways to get creative in terms of your free time. You get creative in terms of, being alone. I think that's probably like, even with just the pandemic in itself, you find better ways to learn how to like be by yourself, because college is cool because it's like your friends are like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They might be in the SAC. They might be
in your dorm. Or your off-campus apartment.
Yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's people everywhere. Oh, actually, shout out James. His birthday is today on Tuesday. Yes. It is
the goat?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It is
Mr. James Holmes.
Yes.
Happy birthday, my friend.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, I
And are you still a Warriors fan?
He is. We've been we've been texting lately. Yeah, he is.
Yes, of course he is.
But tell your mom I said hi as well.
He's also he's also jumped on the Nets bandwagon.
Of course he has. Of course he has. Because he's always been a KD fan. Yep. Love you, James.
And he don't like Bron.
Niggas, you know how niggas get. And yeah, man, I feel like, it's been the best of times. It's also been the worst of times. I also just got a good job recently, so I think that's like the good part. All right, yeah. I'm saying thank you. Yes, But yeah, I think that's my personal experience.
See, my thing's a little bit different from you guys because I basically almost took 2 years before I actually finished my degree. So I wholeheartedly graduated in the pandemic. And it's to the other people who graduated on time and they graduated in the pandemic, which I know is a lot of people that I know personally. But it's hard. Obviously, everything is hard. Like, it's been a really hard year. But it's like, for me, I'll say, knowing that this was something that you looked forward to finishing, being like, okay, you work hard to get this piece of paper that's supposed to be an accomplishment. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, not only is it not as useful in the sense that we spoke about, because bachelor's degree is a baseline now, but also you're like, damn, even if there were places that just this degree would have really worked out for, like, them shit's not even open now for, you know, especially for someone in like my field. But like everything getting shut down, it being that much harder. And even people who were able to get jobs right out of the pandemic, everything being online changes everything. Like for all my people who would have worked an office job, an office dynamic changes a lot of things, as opposed to having to make your home, which should be your sanctuary, your workplace. So it's like that feeling of just, damn, I did this and now I literally can't do anything with it, whether I wanted to or not. It sucks. And, you know, to say the least, and it just adds to the pressure and also just the heavy nature of the pandemic and everything that's come along with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, Matt, you want to get in on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, these other questions. How's post-grad been for you?
Well, I mean, I guess for me it's been a little bit different because, like, you know, owning basically, you know, doing this recording thing and then owning that live sound business. You know, everything.
Matt's used his degree.
Everything. Well, it's weird. It's weird because I have, but I didn't need it.
You could have done all this with the YouTube education.
Yeah, like, you know, all of my idols in recording and music didn't go to college for this because there was no college for this when they were at that age. And you know, I'm not going to say that I'm not glad I did it, because I am. You know, a lot of the connections I made in college, you know, going to LA for that semester and all that kind of stuff, like,
Shout out to T-Pain.
yeah, like, you know, a lot of that stuff got me here, you know, for sure. You know, not to say that I couldn't have done something similar if I didn't go to college, but, you know, it definitely made it easier. And the experience itself and the business things that I learned while I was in college definitely helped. But, you know, I mean, aside from that, like, I mean, I'm always of the opinion that, like, everything is what you make of it, right? Like, you know, a lot of people I went to college with, they had a very pessimistic attitude about it, and they said, "Oh, well, you know, like, you know, I'm out of college now. Like, what is my degree doing for me?" And but the thing is, like, those same people didn't do shit while they were there. Like, in reality, like, what did you do while in 4 years? What did you do? Like, you complained about professors. You expected things to be handed to you in a way that, like as if going to college was enough. But you have to actually work and, like, figure out what you're there for.
That C's get degrees mentality.
Yeah, you know, and like just going to college isn't going to just, you know, it's not just like this automatic formula for success. And I feel like a lot of the people I went to college with had that sort of mentality. Even if they didn't believe it, they certainly acted that way. And, you know, it's you got to put the work in, and you got to know where you want to go and where you want to see yourself, and you're going to get there. You know, it's like, it's just manifesting it, basically, you know.
Right.
No matter what your path is. But I mean, aside from that, like, obviously it's been difficult with the live sound aspect of this, with the coronavirus. You know, obviously everything got canceled. It's been really hard keeping the company afloat. We got rent to pay. We got a lot of storage facilities with a lot of equipment that's been sitting for almost a year now, and, you know, trying to apply for the PPP loans has not been fun. We still haven't gotten anything for that, and, you know, it's been a battle. But
hey, man, there's people in the garden. Your time is coming.
yeah, we hope.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's been fun though. You know, like, at the same time, like, I'm young. I've always been like a do it yourself kind of a person.
I.e.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I no matter what happens, I'll have that always, and it's always gonna. I try to find the best in it. You know.
Good
And
question.
I think you know people. You know, like you guys, for example, like you guys helped me be here, like where I am today. Like, you know, like believing in me and trusting me to, you know, paying me every week, kind of a thing, just to be here. But that's the thing, like
Matt is worth every penny.
It means
and we don't
something.
pay. He's worth more than what we pay him. To be
yeah, like
honest.
it's not just dollars.
Well,
like
hold on now.
it
Don't give him
means-
ideas. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's the thing. Like it's not just dollars. You know, it's trust, and it's a lot more. It's partnership. You know, yeah, and it's
having this kind of relationship.
yeah, exactly. You know, and I hear this a lot in music, but I think it applies to everything. Where
Wonderful.
you know, don't just in order to have a successful career, like especially in music, but everywhere, like you got to work with people you believe in, not just people that have a big name or people that you think are going to get you something, because oftentimes those people turn out to be
Assholes.
the people you hate. Yeah.
Dude.
So
Shout out to Matt for dropping gems.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So you just got to
That's a fact.
no,
That's why
no
you
matter
got
how hard things get, if you just do your thing and like stick to your guns and just keep working with people you believe in, people that, you know, give you as much as you're giving them, then it's going to work out eventually. We hope.
at some point.
That was a very insightful answer, Matt. Thank you
Yes.
for that.
You even got the berserk button, bro. We ain't
Yeah,
bring
we
that.
haven't used that in a
We had to
minute,
blow the
and
dust off
it
that
was-
one.
I felt the emotion.
Hell
Not
yeah.
that dust.
Well,
I mean, Matt's gonna be using that dust to edit this.
I mean, Matt was just in Colombia, so
Hey, bust him back.
hey, all right.
Matt's out here like rent needs to be
so
paid. He just has stitches, and he's just like
Yeah.
brick.
All right.
Call this man Teddy McDonald from now on.
This is fun. I like this other question.
That was a great start.
Yes, it was. My one coworker asked me, "What is it like to have a podcast?"
It's fun. It's not for him, but it's a lot of work. It definitely doesn't need to be as much work for some people that I would say I put in. Just
That's
because
why we appreciate him.
just because some people, like a lot of people's podcasts, it's going to be as long, and that's fine. I personally, like, when a lot of people look at it, it's like, oh, it's so long. But for me, most of the podcasts I listen to are this length anyway, so it didn't bother me. But it's caring about it. Like, make sure. We said this when we started. We didn't want to do this for the wrong reasons. We're doing this because we enjoy to do this shit. If we blow up, we blow up. If not, I enjoy coming here every week, working with you guys, and just having fun doing this shit, man.
Yep.
That's it. In short, this shit is fun if you are, like, if you're doing this to have fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically all it is. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I come for the laughs and the yucks.
Yes.
And,
Right.
yeah.
A lot of yuck.
Yeah. A lot of yuck and a lot of not. Yeah, it's crazy. So my one coworker asked me, "Would you rather have no sex for a year, or eat the same food every day for a month?"
Oh, that's, dude, every day for a month. Time period is not worth it. Yeah.
Every day for a month. That is
bro.
breakfast,
You can
lunch,
handle a
and
month.
dinner.
You can handle a month.
These
All
niggas-
right.
See, these
Just-
niggas are weak. These niggas is weak.
A year, dog?
Nigga, I went 3 through college. Are you kidding me? This is not news.
How many?
I said this on the pod before.
You did?
Like
3?
multiple times, yeah.
You went 3 years with
I went-
no yimmies?
I went from senior year of high school to, senior year of college.
Wow.
No yams.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Not by
That-
choice.
that's-
Shit was just
That's all right,
wasn't
man.
falling.
You had to grow the
Sorry.
juice yourself.
We were
I
swaggy
got
feet
you.
at the shits.
You had to
They
grow
said
the juice yourself.
he had to grow the
grapes.
fruit.
He had to grow the grapes.
Yeah, there you go.
And then,
Yep.
you know,
hmm
that's all right, though.
It's okay though.
I couldn't do a year, though.
Senior year was a great year though. We'll say. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Hey, man. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's funny. All right.
You didn't answer the question.
I'd rather eat the same food every day for a month.
Matt?
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, it just depends on what it is. Like, if some
Well-
like, do I get to pick the food? Does
Right,
somebody
right.
else get to pick the food?
Can we do, like, it's a burger, but how do you define a burger? How many
Right.
different ways
No,
can I have a
it's gotta
burger?
be
It's the
it's
exact
gotta
same.
be a cheeseburger with lettuce and tomatoes and onions, and that's it.
Niggas
That is
Niggas
it.
said you
And
gotta eat
mayonnaise.
it.
Burger.
Oh, see, if niggas said it has
I mean, I'd be
mayonnaise
good
on
with
it,
mayonnaise.
I might take the L and just be celibate for the year. If they
You
got
gotta-
mayo
you're
on
not
it.
doing
Hey,
that.
no, you gotta eat the
Mayonnaise
KFC.
sandwiches.
How much you paying tolls?
Mayo sandwich.
How much you paying? I wish they had the
Ew.
fucking TikTok shit.
I'm telling you, you got to eat the KFC double down every day for every meal. of the month.
It's the Arby's sandwich.
You might
Oh
die,
my
every
God.
day.
you
Yeah,
might
the
die
Arby's.
before that month's
on,
over.
on the bright side, at least I would only have to eat once a day. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
yeah.
So that stomach
So
starts
now the
growling
question
again.
is, now the question is, don't have sex for a year or have quintuple bypass surgery after a month of eating double down.
Oh my God, yeah, no.
Tell me, I'm just, I'm
Give me the
just-
surgery.
I'm just saying, y'all don't forgot your roots. You know, it all starts.
We're not doing. Next question.
No.
Next question.
What did Big Show do with his taunt?
The Big Show, yeah, or the-
Crazy.
something like that. I don't
Yep.
even know.
Absolutely no. Okay. I'll give you the shout out after I find who said it, but homophobic friends.
Pass. They are bad people.
Yeah, my thing. Yeah, I'm not. I'll call you out. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Like,
Don't do it. Don't do it in front of me.
Yeah,
do it.
don't. I will definitely call you out.
Oh, this is the shout out to listener of the pod, other John Howell.
Hey, shout out to John. Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. I have tons of people in my life who are sexuality spectrum, who are LGBTQ, etc. I also know that I would read the room and don't want to put them in a situation because I know it would make them uncomfortable. Like, let's say if I'm going somewhere and there's people who are probably going to be homophobic, a large group of people, I'm probably not going to invite one of those friends just because that would put them in a room and I don't want to have to be defensive all night.
Yep.
But yeah, grow up, Doug. Like,
You
come on.
have no, like. There's really no reason to be homophobic.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like people just people.
Yeah, just grow up,
Like,
Doug.
I don't know. Like you can. Like, yeah.
Moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dub.
Just because you asked the questions don't mean you can't answer them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, you're right. Sorry, I feel like I'm like moderating this, but I mean, I guess I am
Right?
too.
This is a debate
Yeah.
of us just
That
agreeing.
that we did.
Like you said, beta male version of the View, baby. We in this joint.
It's all about who can agree harder.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, no, I agree with you more. No,
I was the first one to agree.
Like the fucking the sorry to bother you where they're just complimenting each other aggressively.
that's a fact. That's how black men do it, man. Yeah, it's annoying because a lot of my friends are homophobic, and
we're
I'm
also
not.
Caribbean.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends are also Caribbean, and you know, it don't necessarily mean that they're intentfully trying to hate on whatever whatever you are, whatever you identify as. But it's just after a while, it's just like, all right, like we're grown, let's just be mature about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
My thing is we're older, and I feel like at this point we've all learned enough to where it's like if you still act a certain way, I feel like it is a choice at that point. Because that's it. We're not kids anymore. This isn't fucking 2004.
This is the
saying
Xbox chats.
Yeah, we're like saying the F word regularly was like a normal acceptable thing. This isn't an Eminem album. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a different era. Dog. Go with the times.
It's like, damn, it don't affect your life in any way, shape, or form. Why does it get you so angry? Why does it upset you so much?
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, that's about all I got on that particular one. I like this one because I love music. Everybody knows I love music. Top 5 music artists. Top 5 favorite music artists.
Dylan,
He beat me to
Dylan,
it.
and Dylan.
he beat me to it.
Why, John?
Can we do 3? Because he's
You can do
because
3.
I spit hot fire. Okay, because there's a bunch of us.
Yeah,
Let's do
that's,
3.
that's fine. We can go 3. I'll go last.
Are
man.
we doing favorites or
favorites?
Okay,
Just
all right,
your,
cool.
your,
Cool.
your 3 favorites.
All right. Ooh, someone else go first.
I'll go first because you guys know me. I'm not big into music, so I'm just gonna go with the people I have the most on my phone.
Baby
so probably,
Shark?
Yes, Baby Shark. Probably just go Drake. Drake, Future, and
Yep.
I guess Kanye.
That's fair.
It's just the most.
That's fair.
I think
Actually, you know what? No, scratch that. Jay-Z.
that's fair. I think definitely number 1, if you know me, Childish Gambino. I think 2's got to be Kanye. 3, I feel like it would have to be Drake just off the sheer number of hits. Like it's just like I feel like after Childish and Kanye, I don't really have a third favorite. But like I feel like just because there's so many hits that like based
Kinda
off
like the
the
greatest athlete argument, huh?
yeah, based off just the sheer number of songs that I've listened to, be like, oh yeah, it's a Drake song. He was in this in some form. I guess it would have to be Drake if we're doing
Also, Drake greater than Beatles. I stand by that. There's a hill I will die on.
Oh yeah, the Beatles are whack. We had this conversation. Listen, y'all need to go back and find that. Fuck the Beatles.
What was their competition? What, the Rolling Stones, right? Am I correct?
Rolling Stones.
The Rolling
Yeah,
Stones,
yeah.
Milkman.
Okay, so
Matt's like the fucking the historian over there. Like, yeah, you know what? You're right.
they said the Beatles were going up against plumbers.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm just saying they didn't have a Meek Mill to
Just
go up
because you did it
against.
first, don't mean you did it best.
They didn't have a Kanye or a Hove or a Future to go up against, or a Nicki Minaj or a Beyonce to go up against. Who was their Beyonce that they had to compete with? Nobody.
Just because
In
you
the
did it first, don't
60s?
mean you're the best.
In the
dog.
60s.
Elvis Presley.
Who stole from the black people?
Typical.
All right, Miles.
Let's see. All time
It's gonna
favorites.
say a '90s R&B artist. It's gonna be one of them.
It's not.
Is it Coolio? Is one of them
three.
Coolio?
Chameleonaire.
I was actually thinking, yeah, mid 2000 superstar chameleon. No, it's actually Mike Jones. And if you don't know who, damn, I was president. Mike Jones. You know what I'm saying? Mike
Chameleonaire
Jones.
is actually a real term now.
281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low because Mike Jones about to blow. All right, cool. So J. Cole for sure. I hate you. J. Cole definitely. Jay-Z, of course. Jay-Z's I've been rocking with Hope since forever. Let's see. Do I want to give y'all an old
Triple
one?
entendre, don't ask me how.
Bars, nigga. Don't press the button.
I'm not.
This nigga's about to say Gerald Levert, isn't he?
Gerald Levert. Nah. Damn,
ICP.
the last one is tough. Ah man, who is my third? Cause it's not Drake.
Enrique Iglesias.
Nah. I'll throw Big Sean in there.
Pitbull.
Word to Phil. Yeah, I'll throw Big Sean in there.
All right. What about you, Matt?
All right.
God, if the Beatles are in your top three,
This is really no. I'm on the real. This is a really hard question for me because
this is your life.
I mean it is, and like I tend to like
You recycle.
not even that. Like I just it's like this is not a linear thing for me. Like and
That's fair.
I like usually when I'm asked this question, I don't usually answer like who are my favorite artists. I kind of tend to gravitate more toward like who impacted me the most.
That's fair.
Like
I like that.
like why am I here doing this right now? Because like that's kind of it makes more sense to me. Because like for me, like you know, I'm listening to all different kinds of music all the time to like inspire me. You know,
Got you. So
So,
who
like,
did impact you?
who
Give me
did
those three.
impact me? Like, you know, I would say Blink-182 and Green Day were probably like
Nice.
Okay.
like when I was in elementary school, right? Like that's the first time I heard
Mid
something.
2000s for the win.
Yeah, like that was the first time I heard something, and it was just like, wow, like what the hell is this? You know, like I brought a Blink-182 Greatest Hits album to show and tell in kindergarten, and they called my parents like, "Do you know what this song is about?" And they were like, "Nope." So yeah, I would say like Blink-182 and Green Day are probably up there as far as like influential. And then you know, I mean, I guess if I was gonna be like a top three, I want to say, I kind of want to say Kendrick because
I like that.
I think, you know,
Love the
growing
diversity.
up like a rock kid, like you know, especially in middle school when we were like dumb and immature, it was just like, oh, rap, blah blah blah, whatever, like fuck rap. But like, you know, I grew up and I like Kendrick was probably one of the first rappers or hip hop artists that like really made me like not change my mind. But like it really like opened my eyes to like what hip hop actually is, you know. Like he taught me, you know, because like in you know when we were young, it was easy to generalize, and like we kind of only knew what was right in front of us. I would say Kendrick is probably one of those artists out there that like really inspires me to this day,
Nice.
and like really taught me a lot. But yeah,
Nice. All right.
Okay.
Next.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. So I'll go back to some of the ones I got on Instagram. And let's see. Some of these, like, they can't even really apply to y'all. Y'all been in relationships since the beginning of time. So
So
I
you answered them.
So me answer
Yeah,
them?
you answered them quick.
All right.
Beginning of time is OD.
Yeah, I know. You basically, how long
I
you been
mean-
with your girlfriend?
8.
Oh,
Coming on 8 years. Shit.
Right. 8, you know what I was doing 8 years ago?
I know what you were doing.
I
8
know,
years
yeah.
ago. Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dating in the pandemic. Anybody? All right, great. So I'll answer the question.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I'll give the people what they want. Dating in a pandemic has not been. It's been you got to get unconventional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really like much of an online dater, but I kind of had to revert to that because there's no real way to meet people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say what you want, go outside, you know, meet people like that. I also meet women at my job because I work at a restaurant, right? But
Paying for your meals.
you know, maybe you know, a little free drink, meet you in the bathroom in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Doubling the tip.
Yeah, you know
Wow.
what I'm saying? Yeah, double down. on it.
Quadrupling the tip.
Yeah, just stick the tip in, you know what I'm saying?
Bathroom smashes. Wow.
Yeah, nah, just kidding. But
He's not.
yeah, it's been tough. You know what I'm saying? Because I much rather would meet people in person in a
Pays
much
a lot more in tolls now.
Yeah, John, shut up. God. Yes. A lot of tolls, trials, and tribulations. Let's put it like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to get creative. You know, you got to... Yeah, I think that's really what it is. You basically got to get creative because you can't just, you know, be outside, hopefully that... Be like, oh, where the women at? No, they're home. Everybody is home.
Domestic West, baby.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're home, then you know that I got to meet them there, and that's that on that. Shout out to Tona for that question. What else we got? Here's another one. Dating a girl your man's hit.
Please.
And then my reply to this on Instagram was, "Wait a second, niggas actually do this." Shout out my purse, Rob. Don't do it.
I would never.
Dating is different from smashing, but
Yes.
either way, it's very messy.
Yes, this is like don't do it. Like, not because your man's is gonna care, but you just gonna be the bid. Like, what? Like, why would you set yourself up like that? You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
Why are you running?
Yeah,
Yeah, just don't. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't.
Don't date. Don't
why,
date.
why do I feel like there's gonna be some people that have the notion?
Is there? All right, I'll give you this to add to it. Is there a time limit?
It was just,
If it's like, all right, they smashed like 5 years ago.
I mean,
Is there a time limit?
I feel like
Are you always gonna have that? I mean, I know we talk about that's just insecurity, but like, there's no person on this planet Earth that doesn't have some form of insecurity. You could be the most confident
Yeah.
person ever. Everybody has insecurity in some form or way, and for me, it'll always be in the back of my mind that damn, let's say Brian was out here smashing them cheeks. It's different. Like, it's different if you like end up finding out somebody that your girl has smashed before.
What if it's
but
been
it's not somebody on a
years and you
personal
find all right?
level?
Oh no! I was gonna say, what if you find out after? Let's say you've built a whole relationship with this girl, and you're like, "Wow, I love her." She's the one. You find out after.
If she didn't tell me that she smashed somebody that she knew was my friend, then but if she found out that this person was if she found out that this person was my friend way down the line, as opposed to knowing like, oh yeah, this is my
And knowing in
boy,
advance.
then I'd be a little bit more lead weight. But if you knew and you didn't tell me, it's clips. We gotta fight. Put on the boxing gloves.
yeah. I mean, yeah, just don't do it.
Next question.
We're running out of miscellaneous questions.
That's okay. That means we're going through them.
Yes, we are going through them. All right. Here's one for us, Justin, for the black men in the room. Sorry, John.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Why did you feel the need to apologize?
You're right. I done did too much of that today. I'm reclaiming my time, John.
We do that too much in history.
Yes, you're
We're
right.
not apologizing
Not you
for
talking
nothing.
to me like I'm a Caucasian.
Yes, yes. No Caucasians here.
Not one.
Yes, right. That's a fact.
Respectfully.
Matt, you the GOAT. I love Matt. I'm not a white. I'm a Sicilian.
But basically, the white people.
You know what I'm saying? Egypt is right there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when they called us
If you
the
could
N-word
seize them,
too.
you could please them.
You know what I'm saying? We lived in the Bronx back in the good old days of, you know.
Before the neighborhood changed.
Yo, you ever heard of Arthur Avenue?
Yeah, right there.
Niggas said we was on Fordham Ave with y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah, we
Fordham
was just
Road,
chasing
sorry,
you off
Fordham
the
Road.
road, you know?
My great grandmother still lives there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, with a Mulian boyfriend.
My great
Not your step grandfather being black.
step great grandfather.
Okay, no, he's one of the good
Hey, that
ones.
nigga
He has a
name
nice
is-
paying job and everything.
He's got a city job.
His name,
He's got a
he works for the community. His name's Marcus. He works for the parks.
Not the parks.
What does he do for the parks? He's a sanitation.
All right, JT. All right, so back to it.
I've been
Black
shooting
men.
hook shots at that park for years.
Yeah. Black men, or I guess black fathers, refusing to let themselves or black boys cry/be emotional. Shout out to Dej for this one.
Yeah.
What do you think? Or do you not think anything? Or do you want me to go first?
Sissies. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think it's a stigma that we should. Like, I'll be totally honest. I could probably count on my hand the amount of times I've cried in life. I think it's something that you should be able to do. It shouldn't be known as a form of weakness. I mean, niggas be sad. So I think it's something that, and I think we are seeing it more with our generation and going forward, that parents are, especially in the black community, more willing to let their kids express themselves, how they're feeling, and if they're sad, express that sadness, in a healthy way, as opposed to just saying, no, can't cry, boys can't cry, yada yada yada. So, I think we're still gonna have our outliers and people that still think crying is soft, but no, I think black men should and black fathers should let their sons cry, because it's healthy. It's way healthier to let the cry out than for it to build up. Trust me.
That's why we can count how many times.
Exactly.
The build up.
Yeah. As a nigga that goes to therapy on the regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of had to like detach myself a lot from the childhood traumas of being a black dude. Cause a lot of the shit that be happening when we grow up is like, all right, well, you can't be emotional, you can't be this, because they gonna think you weak. And it's kind of just like weird, and not even necessarily in just a black way, like, you know what I'm saying? Even like growing up in a Caribbean household, it's like you kind of told, like, and this is something that John could definitely sympathize with, is maybe, not like, you a man, you're not supposed to cry, you're supposed to be like that nigga, like, you're not allowed to be sad, you know what I'm saying?
Crying, I'm gonna give you a reason to cry for.
Yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, I'm gonna debo your ass into not crying, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just something that constantly it's been an uphill battle for not even just myself, but for a lot of black dudes in general, and it shows, you know what I'm saying? It is for me, I feel like, I think it's like a direct translation into toxic behavior. And, not knowing how to deal with your emotions is, you have to learn, whether it's, you're a crier, whether you're a talker, whether you are a sympathizer, like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's important to let your kids, deal with how they deal with it in a healthy way, and teaching them that. I think that's like, if I ever become a father one day, like, that would be what I would teach my kid. And I think that would be important to teach my kid. What about y'all? Just even, not just take the black part out of it, but like, how do y'all feel about it though? Like, just in terms of like men, like the whole man up thing.
I guess my thing is just getting older. Like, I'm not someone who expresses my feelings well. That took a long time to develop. Like, I feel like with a lot of guys, but I feel like knowing and being at the stage that we are now, like, just let your kids and just let people express how they express, like you were saying. Like, everyone expresses emotion differently. Like, some people cry, like you're saying. Like, and I feel like it's just seen more with it's just the crying is just more acceptable with the women. But it's like, it's really, it just sucks because it's just kind of driven into guys that showing emotion is weakness, when it's like, but yet when it comes to sports, you want to be able to get your emotion into it, you know what I mean? And it's so conflicting, and it's just like you said, like, being Caribbean, like, that shit, man. Like, I remember telling my girlfriend, like, when we were still, like, newer in the relationship, where it's like, yeah, I have no idea when was the last time I cried. Like JT said, you can count it on one hand. Like, for me, I cried a lot as a kid, and it was like, once I got older, it was just a complete stop. Like, it was just one of those, like, I can't tell you the exact time it switched, but like I said, like, hearing that, why you crying? I'm just gonna cry for it, like, shit like that. Like, it, like, it's one of those things, like, the traumas of growing up as a black individual, for me, and a lot of the people, immigrant parents. But yeah, like, that man up shit, man, it does so much more damage. And it's like, even now, there's so many people that just can't see past it because it's all they know. So it just sucks, but it definitely needs to be a stigma. It needs to be pushed away for sure. Because like either way, I'm not a crier, but like, just finding your healthy way to express your emotion, like you guys were saying, is really important.
That's important, Matt.
Anything?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with John. I mean, I agree with all of you, but I think, like, for me, it's obviously a little different. You know, I'm third generation American, pretty much. You know, like, my great grandparents were the immigrants from Italy.
The real Italians.
Yeah, so, like, I feel like, I mean, you know, that mentality definitely did exist with them and my grandparents. And I feel like because of that, my parents were actually pretty, you know, encouraging with, you know, not all the time and not necessarily like as like a virtue, but you know, they were definitely more encouraging of like that kind of sentiment of like, you know, sharing your or expressing your emotions how you need to. You know, and I guess fortunately, like my father is like a pretty sensitive person in general. So like I kind of grew up with a guy that like
was more in touch with his feelings.
Yeah, like, you know, a guy that like cried when he like read your birthday card as a kid kind of thing. And like, you know, I feel like that's not very common of men his age.
Right.
So, you know, and I definitely could see how that's like just maybe a part of just being a descendant, like, you know, a couple of generations removed from like that first, you know, the first people that came, because, you know, obviously it is
at that
hard.
point it was a third world country.
Yeah, well, you know, well, it is hard. Like I can imagine, like as immigrants coming to America, like you do have to fight and you do have to live your life in a bit of like a survival mode, and I could definitely see why that, like, you know, don't cry, be a man mentality existed. But I guess, you know, having exists. Well, yeah, sorry.
Exists.
Yeah. And yeah, so I guess having the benefit of being pretty far removed from that generation of my family, I kind of experienced like a bit of what you guys are talking about, like what you would do for your kids, you know.
All right.
Yeah. And that's all we got for the miscellaneous questions. So
those are some good ones. Definitely sparked some
Thank you,
very
everybody.
thought out answers.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
I feel like that's a good place to stop. Not only is it the end of the questions. Thank you guys for all of your questions. This was super dope. I do kind of want to make this a thing every month, every couple months, whenever we got something going on, or it's a slow thing for sports that we can kind of interact with you and talk about things that you guys want to hear. And yeah, follow us on social media, on Instagram and Twitter at Sartobi Sports. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Listen to us wherever you listen. We are everywhere that you guys are probably trying to listen. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at @OffendedNarwhal. Guys?
Cleveland, this one's for you. Yes, sir. Big shout out to the big New York Nick Julius Randle in the fucking building. Shout out Mike Woodson, you heard? Black Lives Matter. Only on Off the Avenue.
Why Mike Woodson?
Why not?
All I got is nematodes are people too. That's all I got. And go Nets.
No plugs?
Nope, no plugs.
All right.
Well, yeah, follow Nets Republic on Twitter and on the websites. NetsRepublic.com.
And we will catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion.